Hi guys, ako po si Gerald, si Estanyo,
At ako naman po si Estanoandancing.
at tuturuan namin kayo paano gumawa ng TUS. Ganito po yon.
As you can see here, guys, we already have prepared a table for you. So this table contains of 10 rows and 9 columns. The table of specification. First, you need to change the font style into Times New Roman and change the number of the font into Draw. And then let's proceed on putting the name of the institution address, the course name, and the code name, and also the semester, and also how many copies. Before we proceed to our table of the specification, we must know what is table of specification. A table of specification serves as a blueprint that guides teachers in constructing tests that accurately measure different levels of learning. It ensures balance between content areas and cognitive skills. Before we proceed to our table of the specification, we must know what is table of specification. A table of specification serves as a blueprint that guides teachers in constructing tests that accurately measure different levels of learning. It ensures balance between content areas and cognitive skills. Identify the topics that will be covered in our midterm examination. For this subject, we have 3 major topics. First is the basic nutrition. For our second topic, we have the food science and principles. This helps ensure that the test fairly represents the lessons being discussed in class. Specification or TOS and which everyone for the midterm evaluation fundamentals of foods and technology or the fundamentals of foods and technology. The purpose of this activity is to ensure that the test items are valid and readable and aligned with the learning objectives and the time allocation of each topic. 1. Specification, the number of recitations, days, and hours shows how much time was spent discussing each topic. This is important because it helps determine how many test items should be allotted for each lesson. Topics that longer receive more questions to reflect their emphasis during instruction. Including recitation hours ensures fairness and content validity, meaning the test clearly presents what is taught. It also helps the teachers plan lessons effectively and maintain balance between the teaching time and assessment coverage. For example, the basic nutrition for the topic 1 and the food science principle, which is the topic 2, were taught for 3 hours each. Hit 8, which is the food science and principles. We have to put also 3 hours. 3 hours Topic 3, which is food technology applications. It was allotted for 4 hours. I'll talk. 10 hours. 10 hours for our midterm percentage of items, which is the percentage of items in the table of specification shows how much weight each topic carries in overall test. It is also based on the time that's spent teaching, the importance and also the importance in each lesson in the course. Percentage means the topic was given more emphasis during the instruction and therefore deserves more test items. So this one helps ensures that the exam is fair and balanced, so accurately reflecting the coverage and the focus of the list. Percentage of items for topic 1 is from here 24%, and topic 2 to 28%. For the topic 3 is 28%. Percent remaining is for the higher order task, which is the synthesis and essay, which is 20%. And overall, it's 100%. 100%. Points constructed helps maintain the content validity, ensures the alignment with Bloom's taxonomy, and guarantees the assessment correctly measures what has been taught in the class. To be constructed shows how many test items or points are assigned to each topic based on its importance and the time spent teaching it. It ensures balance and fairness. Topics that were discussed longer or more context have more points, while the shorter or the simpler topics have fewer. It helps teachers contribute to tests proportionally, perfecting both content coverage and of course the learning emphasis. Points constructed for topic number 1 are 15 points because it is basic but foundational moderate spend. You have to go here 15 points because it is about lens content with graphic. It covers the topic 3 rather. We have to put here 20% for 20 points because it is the longest topic and also needs a higher item allocation because food technology applications took the most of times discussed, and it has also a highest number of points. Number of points to constructed is 50. Total of 50 items because the examination on the midterm under our institution name. We also put the name of our department, which is the Department of Humanities, Education and Social Science. Constructing a table of specification or TOS, Bloom's taxonomy is a framework used to classify educational goals according to different levels of thinking. It helps teachers design learning activities and assessment that go beyond simple memorization. The taxonomy is divided in 6 levels as you can see in the table. We have remember, understand, apply, analysis, evaluate, and create, which is moved from lower order to higher order thinking skills. Bloom's taxonomy is essential because it ensures that the test questions measure not only the student knowledge, but also their ability to comprehend, apply, and think critically. By aligning each item to a specific level of Bloom's taxonomy, teachers can create a more balanced and meaningful assessment that reflects both the depth and complexity of learning. In Bloom's taxonomy, the remembering, the understanding of your comprehension, and applying your application is part of what we call blocks, the lower thinking. And for the analyzing or analysis, evaluating or evaluate, and create is also part of what we call HOTS or higher order thinking skills. In creating test questionnaires, it should be aligned to the table of specification. So our first part of our questionnaires or our test, and for our midterm, it's a multiple choice, which is contains or it has a 25 items. So, in multiple choice, we have 25 items from the topic 1 to 3. So, in the topic 1, we have, for the remember, we have 2 items. So, you can see here, in remembering, we have 2 items. In understanding, we have 3 items. And for application or applying, we have here 1 item. It's from multiple choice. You can see here that from the remember, from the question 1 and 3 is part of the remember. So it's 2 items. So here, and then for the understanding, we have 2, 4, 5, which is the question 2, 4, 5 is part of understanding. Since in understanding, we have 3 items, the 2, 4, 5 is part of the understanding. The question 2, 4, 5 in multiple choice is under in understanding. And for the applying or application, since we have 1 item only, the question number 6 is part of applying. So, for the remember, we have 2 items, which is 4%. And also for understand, we have 3 items, 6%. And 1 item for application, 2%. Over for our 100% for our midterm examination. And for the topic 2, we have 3 items under the remember. We had 3 items under the understanding. And we also have 3 items for under the application or applying. In remembering, in multiple choice, the number 9, 12, 14 is under the remembering. And for the question number 7, 10, and 13 in multiple choice is under. And for the question number 8, 11, and 15 for the multiple choice rather is under from the application, since this 3 is under from the lots. So these questions are under for the lower order thinking skills. For the topic 2, we have here under the remembering, we have, since we have 3 items, it consists 6%. And here for under the understanding, since we have 3 items, it's also 6%. And also for applying, we have 3 items, so 6%. And for the topic 3, we have under the remember, we have 2 items. Under the understanding, we have 4 items. And under for applying or application is we have 4 items for multiple choice. So here, and remember, the question for the multiple choice, the question 17 and 24 is under the remember. The question number 16, 19, 21, and 22 is under the understanding. And also the question number 18, 20, 23, and 25 is under the application or applying. So here, for the remembering, under the remembering, we have 2 items. So we have here 4%. In the understanding, we have 4 items. So we have 8%. As well as application, we have 4 items. So 8%. So in total, or under the remembering, for all the topics, we have here 7 items. Since 2 plus 3 plus 2 rather is 7 items. As well as understanding, we have here 3 plus 3 plus 4 items. We have 10 items for the all topics. And also we have here for under application or applying, we have 8 items. Since 1 plus 3 and 4 is 8. So we have here. Since our multiple choice is only 25 items, so we have here 20 questions, only 25 questions rather. So here you can see, guys, that the total of percentage for under remember in multiple choice is 14%. Now for the understanding, we have 20%. And for our multiple choice, we have 50%. So the multiple choice covered 50% of the midterm examination. So guys, this is the example of our midterm multiple choice. We have 25 items, 25 points. So we have, you can see here. So guys, this is the another or the continued example of multiple choice. You can see here. You can see that every number is belong to the remembering or understanding or applying rather application. And now for our part 2 for our midterm examination, we have 2 or false. So for our topic 1, we have here under the understanding or comprehension, we have 3 items for our true or false. Since our items for understanding, we have 3 items for true or false. We have here 26, 27, and 28 and true or false questions under the understanding. So the percentage of this is 6% since it is 3 items. By the way, guys, how did I get the 6% rather 6% from the 3 items? So since we have here, since our items or our midterm examination, we have here 50 items. So I divide 3 items into 50 items and then multiply by 100%. For the topic 2, under the understanding, we have 3 items for true or false. For the understanding, since we have 3 items, the true or false number 29, 30, and 31 is under the understanding. And also it has 6% since the understanding has. And for the topic 2, in application of applying, we have here 1 items for true or false, which is the number 32 in true or false. So we have here 2%. So 2% for the application or applying since it is 1 item here for the topic 2. For the topic 3, we have here under the understanding for the true or false part 2, we have 1 item. Also for applying or application, we have 1 item. And also for analysis or analyzing, we have 1 item. For the topic 3, under the understanding, we have here 1 item, which is the number 33 for true or false. And for the application or applying, we have here 1 item. So the number for the true or false is 34. And for the analysis or analyzing, we have here 1 item, which is the last number of the true or false, which is the 35. For the percentage, for the topic 3, we have here under the understanding, we have 2% for 1 item, 2% for 1 item for applying or application, and 2% for the analysis or analyzing, because for the total of all the part 2 true or false under the understanding, we have here 7 items since 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. And here in application or applying, we have here in the topic 2 we have 1 and 1 also so topic 3. So we have here. And also here for the total of here analysis or analyzing, we have also 1 items for the topic 3. So we have 7 items in total, so it is 14%. And here under application of thing, we have here 2 items, so 4%. And here in analysis or analyzing, we have 1 item, so 2%. So the total of the part 2 or the true or false is and items. So each items is 1 point. So we have also the percentage is 20% for our part. So here's the example of our part 2, the true or false. So we have here 10 items, 10 points. So the 26 and the 7th and 8th questioner is under the understanding. And so these 3 questions are for from the, or under the understanding and comprehension since understanding and comprehension is under the lots or the lower order thinking skills. So it is suitable for the lots. Also for the number 21, 29, 30, and 31 is falls under for the understanding of comprehension, and for the number 32 is under to the application or applying. For the number 33, the question number 33 is under the understanding or comprehension, while the 34, the question 34 is under to the application or applying. And lastly, the number 35 is under to the analysis or analyzing, which is the part of in part 3, which is the synthesis and analysis. The number 36 is under the analysis, which is the Bloom's taxonomy, which is in the topic 1, the basic nutrition. So you can see here the part 3, which is the item 36, 1 item, and then 2%. While the number 37 in the part 3 is under the analysis, and also under the topic 2, you have 1 item here and 2%. While the number 38 item is under the application, same in the topic 2, we have 1 item also. Thanks for watching. Habang maganda pa counts. Okay. So the total items for under the analysis, taxonomy analysis or Bloom's taxonomy analysis, which is you have here 4 items from here area, and you have 8% for the 4 items. And the remaining item is under the application in topic 2, which is here. Topic 2, which is here. 1 item we have 2%. Let's total 1 item and 2%. So we have here 5 items and 10% of our part 3. And now we're gonna change the font style into times Roman. So Control A and then change the font style to times Roman. All of the text change into times Roman. So this is our table of education for midterm, and this is the example of our questionnaires or for our midterm for the HEE 105, the fundamentals of food and technology. So this is the part 1, multiple choice, 25 items and 25 points. As well as the part 2, the true or false, 10 items and 10 points. And then the part 3, synthesis and analysis, 5 points, 5 items, 10 points. So this is the rubric. This is a analytic rubric. This is also the last part, the rubric as well. And then I'm gonna show you the example of the part 3 of our questionnaires. So we have here part 3, synthesis and analysis. We have 5 items and 10 points. We have here 36 is under the what we're going to see here. It's under the analysis. Under the analysis. And then for number 37, it's also under analysis. And number 38 is under the application. Under the application, right? And then for the number 39 and 40 is also under the analysis. Okay, so that's the example of our questionnaires for our part 3. Now let's move on to our last part, which is the part for the discussion and essay. We have here 2 items, 5 points each. So we have items 41 to 45, which is 5 items. Here they will discuss why nutrition education is important, and then it consists of 5 points. Also for the 45 and 50, we need to create an essay or to propose why an innovative food product. And also you can see here the rubrics of our part for the discussion and essay. So this is the analytic rubric. You can see here. So let us now move on to our US, which is the item 41 and 50 is under the taxonomy evaluation, which is from the type topic 1, basic nutrition. We have 5 items and then 10%. And then also for the topic 3, under the create or synthesis, we have here 46 to 50 items, 5 points, or 5 items rather, and then 10 percentage, or 5 items of our essay. So in total, we have, in the under the evaluation, we have 5. This is 5 items, and then 10% of our topic 1. And then for the creation, for the create the synthesis rather, we have 5 items and then 10%. Overall, we have 10 items and then 20% of our midterm examination for the part 4.